Hi, everyone. Have you ever said to yourself, oh, if I only had more motivation? I'm guessing you probably have answered yes, because I think every single one of my clients at some point has said that to me. Totally understand that. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today on this Facebook Live is all about how to increase your motivation. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Christine Garrison, and I am a health coach, and I help midlife women who are done with dieting stop their sabotaging beliefs and behaviors and learn to take practical, small steps in their health so that they can feel younger as they get older. Because that's what it's all about, right? So I wanted to start off with a story about one of my clients, one of my past clients. And this was a woman who had a goal of taking her medication. She had a medication that she was supposed to take twice a day at the same time, like exactly 12 hours apart. So like 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., right? Very important that she take this medication on a very regular time schedule. And she was having a lot of difficulty doing that. Very, very challenging. And we were brainstorming ideas, and we'd come up with ideas, and she'd come up with a plan, and just something was just not working. So another important part of this story is this woman was a brand new grandmother, right? So her daughter had recently had a son, and she was actually taking care of her grandson several days a week, a few days a week. As her daughter had gone back to work, she was taking care of her grandson. And her grandson was obviously the joy of her life and the wonder of her world, and she adored being able to taking care of him. So when we were having our session and we were kind of trying to brainstorm ideas for how can she take her medication, when she needs to take it, I asked her, what would happen if your grandson needed to take medication twice a day, 8 a.m., 8 p.m., exactly the same time? It was very important for his health and he needed that. Would you be able to do that for your grandchild? And her answer was, of course, yes. Obviously, I would do that. No problem. Okay. Easy enough answer. Why? I asked her. Why are you able to do that for your grandchild, but not for yourself? What's the difference? And she thought about it and well, it's a no-brainer. I'm a grandmother. I'm his grandmother. I love him. I care about his health, his safety, his well-being. I have to take care of him. I would have no problem making sure he got his medication on time. Okay, fair enough. Then I asked her, what if your health, her health, got to the point that she was not physically able to take care of her grandchild anymore? Where does her grandchild go? Who takes care of this grandchild now? That brought on a few tears, let me tell you. I wasn't expecting it, but that kind of got to her, right? Oh my goodness. She suddenly started realizing, if I don't take care of myself and take my medication twice a day and do these steps that I want to try to do to improve my health, and I'm not there to take care of him, who's going to take care of him? No one's going to take care of him as good as I'm going to take care of him. I'm his grandmother, right? That really hit home with her. And suddenly, her taking her medication twice a day wasn't just about her anymore. It was about her grandson. So that tapped into her identity as a grandmother, her value as a grandmother, valuing and loving her grandchild. And with that in mind, she was able to kind of reframe and shift the perspective of what was driving her, what was her motivation. Similar story I have of a friend who was always talking about wanting to do more exercise and going for a walk, always had great plans of, I'm going to start walking after I get home from work. Always talking about this. Occasionally she would do it, not very often. This friend had a fur baby that she loved and adored, and took her fur baby to the doctor, and her vet told her, your fur baby needs to lose some weight and needs to get some more exercise. Suddenly, with that kind of information, She comes home from work now and she's got no problem going for that walk because it's not just about her anymore. It's about her fur baby, and her fur baby needs some exercise. So, of course, as a good fur mama, she's going to take that time and take her child out for a walk. So, very often, if we're having struggles with our own motivation, if you can ask yourself two questions, the first question is, what if it's not about you? What if it's not about you? Second question, how could this change in behavior, whatever your goal is, how could that help improve your loved one's life in some way? So you make it not just about you, but about one of your loved ones. I'll have many clients tell me, even when they don't have trouble with motivation, that they will notice that when they start making changes to their eating habits, maybe they're starting to eat more veggies, their spouse is starting to eat more veggies, their children are starting to eat more veggies. Yeah, I had another client who was trying to drink less wine. As she was drinking less wine when they would go out, her spouse suddenly started drinking less wine also when they go out. So even though they didn't necessarily need help with their motivation, they did notice these, like, oh my gosh, as I'm doing these changes, my loved ones are kind of being impacted by that also. And that was very kind of, helped increase their motivation to continue making those changes. So think about that for yourself. If there's some area that you're struggling with in the motivation, what if it's not about you, and how could that change positively impact those ones, the loved ones in your life? Like my client who was the grandmother, suddenly when it wasn't about her and it was about her grandchild, boom, no problem to make those changes. So let me know what you think. Give me drop something in the comments. Tell me, oh, is there something, a way you could incorporate this into your life in an area you might be struggling in? Let me know. Don't forget, as always, if you would like some help in taking a very first small step toward your health journey, I always offer a free 30-minute discovery chat as a first-time offer. You can message me here on Facebook, can set up a 30-minute appointment, and I can just kind of help you get started with that first small step on your health journey. So thanks for joining me tonight, and I'll see everyone next time. Bye.